Hello, Project Ultimate Lifers. Welcome to today's episode. Today we have Chouaib here, who is a super awesome human being that I wanted to interview because we just finished or are about to finish the AFC competition where I was the MRD, Marketing Rights Distributing Operational Manager for our stadium, and he was head of catering. So we interacted a ton. People have to eat. And throughout our many interactions and our lunch sessions where we had the lunch crew come together, sharing stories, getting to know each other from all over the world, he had some pretty profound conversations or lessons or verses or stories to share that taught a lot of really good life lessons that I thought would be, worthy of sharing. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Chouaib.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? What brought you here to Doha? Where do you live? Who are you?
Who am I? That's a good question. I'm from Morocco, born and raised in Morocco. I left home, which is Morocco, for the first time at a young age, went to the States and went to school. I landed in New York City. I was 17 and I was on my own. No English, no experience, and I manage. So through the years, I get married, I have a child, and I traveled all over the world and we stayed in different places. So we blend with different cultures. And the thing about life, I don't see it in a cubic way. The fact that I explore too many regions of the world. For me, I came up to a formula which is 2 + 2 = 4, and 6 - 4 or 8 - 4 is 4, 10 - 6 is 4, 100 - 96 is 4. So there are different ways how you can approach things to get to the same result. So I think that's how you can see it.
Okay. And are you happy with the results you've gotten so far?
I'm pleased, and I have to be pleased with it. As long as you have your health and you love yourself and you are in a good stage of peace of mind and happiness, and you enjoy your day, I think that's a good result, yeah.
And would you say that you typically enjoy your day, or, how do you go about it? What kind of a human are you to interact with? I know, but for other people. And what has influenced your outlook?
Well, you make the best out of your day. We can cry all day or we can laugh all day. It's a choice that you make. Through the years, you know that you face issues in life and patience will be the key. And at the end, you may face major issues. And through the years, or as the time goes, they don't exist. You don't think about them anymore. So it's just like kind of you look into the next issue, the next problem. So the first one, because based on the experience, most of the problems, they get resolved at the end. So you kind of welcome it with the good energy and in an easy way, and knowing that you will have an answer for it. And as you know, a problem with an answer, there is no need to worry about. And a problem doesn't have an answer, there is nothing that you can do about. So, and then if you just face it and deal with it, then you don't have to worry about the rest.
What goes through your mind when you're problem solving?
I'll try to break the issues. What happened is, if you carry in your back, the way how I see it, a basket full of stuff, it's going to be very heavy. And you have to go from a journey from A to B, it's going to be very heavy. So what you do as you keep going, if you drop it as you keep going, you put it in 2 pieces, so you're not going to feel the weight of it as you go. So every problem, based on, again, we're going to go to as we talk, based on our religion, which is Islam, everything has the opposite. White, then you have black, male, female, night, light. There is only one thing that is one, which is God, Allah. So every problem has an answer, has a solution. Patience plays a role. The way how you approach it, the way how you see it also makes a difference. Experience of problems, because if you look at it, the life that we're living today, it's a life that happened before. We're just repeating the cycle of lives. The only difference is today we have internet. They didn't have it. Today we have cars. They had horses or stuff like that. So it's just like the same thing keep going around. So you may hear stories with the great wisdom, and then you use it today, and it's gonna work. So the way how I solve my problems, which is I look at it which direction it may go, and which each direction I'll break it into two parts, which is the positive, then I'm happy. What taking this road, what if it happened to be negative side of it? Then the negative side of it also, it has a positive and it has a negative. And you keep breaking it until it become minor thing. And then when you become minor thing, it's easy for you to take over that thing. And also, this is a beautiful sentence that we have in the religion, which is kind of beyond the limit. Be careful to like something and it's not good for you. And at the same time, be careful to like something and it's good, to don't like something and it's good for you. Sometimes you're so excited about certain things, and the end, it's not good. Sometimes you don't like something, but the end of it, it's amazing. So it puts you in a way which you be careful. You look the positive even if it's bad. You be careful if it's so good, but you watch yourself when it's so good. Yeah.
Was there something that someone told you when you were young that helped kind of influence your mindset, or where did your mindset sort of develop over time?
Well, I think it's curiosity would be one of them, and my nature, and I try to learn from what I see around me. I see too many things. For example, I see too many things and it makes me laugh. They're funny, but you may not laugh. But if we rerun the tape, you're gonna see what I saw, then you're gonna laugh. So I pay more attention into the details. I pay a lot of attention into details, and I put the words together, and then I use some imagination, good ones.
What have you learned over time about people? I know when we first started, kind of chatting, you were helping me learn the way of how to sort of navigate, the system of the stadium, or how to get what you wanted.
Not get what you want.
Not get what you want, but
like... It would be like you're taking advantage. No. You have to know that every culture has a way how they talk. I'm from Morocco. If you go to Morocco, we have this that we're known for being generous, which means you come to somebody's house and they're gonna serve all kind of food and cookies and stuff like that. It's normal. You go to the States, you get in, they may ask you if you want a glass of water, and there is no that warm welcome. So a culture varies from one to another one. So by being around too many people, you start knowing the differences of the culture. And I will tell you a story of, there is a Prophet Muhammad, may peace be on him, and he has two companions that they were on his side. One of them his name is Omar, was on his left side. And he was amazing, and they call him the divider, which is he divide between the right and the wrong. And so when he took over, he sent one of his companion or one of his friends to preach a town that the religion wasn't there. So he sent him to preach them. The guy, the way how we approach that town, which is like anything that they do wrong, the consequences will be you going to hellfire. Sorry about this term.
No, you're fine.
And then when he came back, And he met Omar. Omar asked him what happened in that town. He said none of them converted to Islam. So the famous sentence, which is, you have to talk to people based on their level. Which means, for some people, you may talk to them, it sounds like you're giving them an order. For some people, you're talking to them, depends on the culture, depends when you see them in front of you. It's the same thing like talking to a woman or talking to a man.
What's the difference?
You're going to talk more in a kind way with the woman than you're going to talk with the man. Men, we talk like we use this man to man. Women will be like a different thing. You talk more into like it. And especially here in Qatar, they know it. So you have to talk to people on where they're from. What you have an idea about where they're from, their culture, and you deal with them. And as you can see, for example, if you invite somebody to your house and he's from Yemen, for example, they have a sword here. A sword in the States.
A sword or a sword?
Sword.
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
They have it. And it's normal for them to carry it and keep going, walking down the streets and having it. It's part of their culture. In the States, it doesn't happen.
We have guns.
Okay, pass it. From a distance. Yeah. So it's just like the best way is like you have, when you talk to people, you listen to them first, and then you use your senses, and then you start getting a conversation with them. And then you're going to have a sense where they're from, part of the questions that you ask, and then you know which categories you have to be with them. So again, if I'm talking to you, will not be the same way if I'm talking to a Qatari woman or a Moroccan woman. It varies. Yeah, it's not the same.
When you talk about like Moroccan culture specifically, how does Moroccan culture differ compared to Qatari culture or other Arab-like nations?
The Moroccan culture is different. We're open, and I think, to my understanding, we welcome the Western world, and we came to a point that we lost our foundation. It's not as much as it should be.
What do you mean?
The culture of Islam. It's not like, if you look at Morocco, you can put it in Europe, it will fit. You bring it to Qatar, you're going to see a difference. Here in Qatar, you see the women, they dress in certain ways, they behave in certain ways, they approach the respect that between the women and the man. What I mean by the respect, like you go to a coffee shop, you find them by themselves, the men are here by themselves. So there is like the religion, you can see it in a way that it's there. In Morocco, is more like, they call it open, and it lost some of the ground of that religion there. Yeah.
Is that for better or for worse?
Everybody has his own opinion, and better for what and worse for what? That's the question.
All right.
So,
do you have a story for that?
I just like think that no,
Okay.
you cannot, because if you remove the stripes that are on the zebra and you put one color, then it's no longer a zebra. You become a donkey, or So the stripes give you who you are. For the zebra, give them away. If you remove them, then it's a donkey. So that's sometimes how you look at it.
Okay. For people who don't really know what the Muslim religion stands for or how to describe it, can you summarize it more or less?
It's the peaceful religion, if you know it.
Okay.
If you know it, and I will stand with a famous quote from Cat Stevens that he said, "I'm so happy, I'm glad that I found the religion before I found the Muslims." We kind of don't give the right image. For example, our prophet, his neighbor was a Jewish guy. And Jewish guy, the Islam was his enemy. A Muslim was his enemy back then. And even though the Prophet was every day, his wife used to find the garbage of the Jewish guy thrown by the door of the Prophet. And he used to tell her, just let's pick it up and we're not saying anything. So basically the lesson is, let's show them who we are. Let me show the Islam how it is. This is how it should be, because it cannot be right when you said you read the Quran and it tells you you should be in a good way, and you turn to the other side and you behave in a different way. Then it doesn't match. That's why they said our Prophet Muhammad, may peace be on him, he was a book of the Quran walking on the street. The behavior, it makes it different. That's what it is. The way how you react in your life, the way how you live your life, that's the religion. Good manners, politeness, respect, and name it, it's there. So we have to give you a reason why you have to talk about us. We have to show you, people who don't know, we have to tell them this is who we are, by respecting and showing the reflection of the Quran on us.
So kind of the idea that actions speak louder than words.
Yes.
Do as you say, not say what you should do, kind of a thing.
And yeah.
Yeah, okay. What would you say to someone who may have a negative view on the Muslim culture or the Muslim religion?
It depends. You cannot judge something if my experience tells me I don't judge things until I try different things. For example, you have one yogurt. I'm not gonna give it to you and tell you, here, try this, and you're gonna tell me this is the best yogurts I had. But if I give you 10 and tell you try them and tell me which one is your best one that you like so far, then you're gonna tell me, you know, I'm gonna go this 10, I prefer this one. When you don't have knowledge about something, then you cannot judge it. Based on what? You're gonna tell me based on what? I saw something that I didn't like that the Muslim did. Okay. What a Muslim, are you talking about the Islam religion? Okay. Let's see the other religions. I'm not telling you that we are worse or we are better, but let's see, based on what you're telling me, let's see, let me talk about your religion. So Muslims, we don't talk about the other religions. We're trying just to be ourselves, and we're trying, keep in mind, we're trying to be ourselves and do the best that we can to behave in the right way. And that's where, so that's the way how we see it, or I see it.
Okay. Are all Muslims terrorists? You hear it a lot. I'm just saying.
What's the definition of terrorist?
Yeah, that's fair.
If you give the definition of terrorist, then you look around and you're gonna see who's who.
Okay. That was deep. I don't feel like I fully understand. Can you describe that a little bit more?
Well, what is a terrorist? Is it coming from a terror? Are you telling me when you're terrorized, that's part of terrorism? And then you look around and you see who's doing what? And speaking of that, in Islam, our religion, Islam is going to spread into different Islam that the Prophet, may peace be on him, mentioned. And one of them will be the right one. And unfortunately, each one of them claim that that's the one that they're doing, or that they're following, it is the right one. And we're not supposed to use any terror on anybody. Animals, we're not supposed to harm the plants, old people, women, kids. So I think that's the peaceful religion. But if you see it on the other side, whoever doing whatever they're doing, it's not part of this religion.
The religion itself. How would you summarize the Muslim religion?
The peaceful one. If you read it carefully, you just have to read it carefully.
Okay.
With your mind open, clean your mind or clear your thoughts, read the book, and I think a lot of answers will be there that you may be looking for. They will be there, yeah.
What does the Quran or the religion itself teach about wealth, making money, prosperity, these types of things?
Money is it has two. It's a coin with two sides. Either way, it can be good for you, it can be bad for you. So having money and showing off with the money that you have, I don't think that's good. Having money and helping poor people, that's the role of money. Being humble and helping people. Now people think that making money in certain ways, it's better than making money in which we're gonna call it in the legal way. Islam, or the way how we say it, it's simple. You are destined, we follow the destiny. It's written that we're gonna have, for example, this amount of money in our entire life. Let's give it a number, $1 million. And it's meant to be for you. There is nothing that you can do. Nobody can take a penny from you. Nobody can give you an extra penny. It's meant to be for you. You have the choice. Now it's just like the chicken and the egg. So the money is meant to be. You have the choice how you're going to bring that money. By selling drugs, for example, you thought or you're thinking that if I didn't do it, I will be poor all my life. No, you chose to bring it from that side. It was meant to be for you. So it doesn't mean that you can go home and lay down and said, meant to be for me some money, it's gonna come. No, you have to work and it's gonna come. And wherever money is gonna come, that's meant to be. So don't look for it on the other side. It's meant to be that you're gonna bring it from this side, yeah.
What is the importance of family, relationships, etc. within the religion or within culture itself?
The family are the jewel. The wife, she's the queen. And the kids are, I will call them just the kids because the name kids has values. And it comes to sometimes that we said we're leaving for them. We're here for them. So it's very, very, very important to have them. Not to have them, but just like to look after them and to be there for them, yes.
Generally speaking, you're a people's person. What do you think about people?
I will tell you one story, just to start with, and you know where you're going. There's a famous guy back in the old days, I think he was from Iraq. Very slick guy, very wise guy. His name was Joha, J-O-H-A. And then he wants to teach his son a lesson about people. And they had a donkey and they were traveling. And before he got into one town, he told his son to sit on the donkey, and Joha was pulling that donkey that his son was sitting on it. And then passing that town, the whole town was talking about Joha, about his son, how bad he was, the fact that he let his father walk while he was sitting on the donkey, and how humiliated it is. The father is an old man. He deserved to be sitting instead of the young boy. Then the second town, the father decided to sit on the town and let the son pull the donkey. Again, the town was disrespecting the father, the fact like, how dare can you do this, letting your son walk and you're sitting right there on that donkey. The third town, they set both of them on the donkey. Then, of course, the third town was making kind of comments about, you don't have no mercy about animals. Both of you with your weight sitting on this donkey, and look how you're treating the donkey. Then both of them, the fourth town, both of them were walking, and the donkey was, they're just pulling the donkey. The fourth town, people from the fourth town, they were making fun of them, the fact that the donkey is made for people to use it, to sit on it, to carry people, and look at the stupid people, what they're doing. At the end, he told him, the first one you sit, the second one I sat on the donkey, the third one we both of us sat on the donkey, the fourth one none of us sat on the donkey, and no matter what we did, people will talk. So the conclusion is, no matter what you do in your life, people will talk. Some people will like you, some people will hate you, some people wouldn't care. And theirs will take you to a different level, which is, do I have to rely on people? Do I have to know myself through people? What their comments gonna do to me? Are they gonna make me a better person? Are they gonna hurt me? Are they gonna make me happy? But if you listen to this person, he's gonna tell you something. If you listen to that person, and you're gonna get confused in the middle, and you cannot satisfy them. So you came to a point and you said, okay, I wouldn't care about what people say. I will say the right thing and do the right thing. The right thing is linked to too many things: respect, behavior, know your limits. I may joke with you, but I know my limits. I may work with you, but I know my limits. So what happens is, like, when people, they cross the limit, then problems happen. I think as long as you hold on to your fences and you know where you are, you'll be good. And then you come to a point about people, and what are you looking for? Happiness. Where can I find happiness? If somebody came to me as a girl and tell me, you are such a beautiful woman, is that gonna make my day? If somebody come to me and tell me, I wish if you were ABCD, is that gonna ruin my day? Then again, you don't know yourself. Because if you know that you are who you are, then with the comments that people are gonna tell you, they come the last thing for you in terms of deciding who you are. And then you move to the happiness area, where can I find the happiness? I think nothing can fulfill a person. I give you $1, you need 2. I give you 2, you need 3. I give you 4, you need 5.
That is so true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In any aspect, I put you in this apartment, beautiful apartment and studio. Guess what? You look from the window, you see somebody's house, and then guess what? I want that one. And this, it goes two ways. What's around you, surrounding you, can make a difference. And also, what you can think of, or what you give the importance to. Am I gonna be busy with what I have and enjoy it? Or am I gonna look for something that I don't have and chase it? Speaking of that, I have a beautiful story for this. It's about a king.
Love stories about kings.
You are a queen, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
About the king, he has everything. He doesn't wish, he asks, he demands, and things arrive. He has a servant that was so poor, he lives in one room with his 3 kids and his wife, outside, down somewhere far away from the palace. But the servant is carrying a smile, energetic. He was amazing, laughing all the time. So the king started wondering, the salary that I make him shouldn't make him happy. Why he's happy? The king was miserable, because when you reach a certain level that you lose the wishes, you lose what we call taste of life. You can eat food, but it doesn't have taste. You fill up your stomach, but it doesn't have the taste. So when you lose the taste of life, by spoiling things, you lose the taste. The king was so miserable, and of course, looking at that, of course, in human nature, he became jealous. So he asked his right hand, and he asking him, "What's the difference? Why is he happy? And yes, I have everything. He doesn't have anything. What's the secret?" So his right hand told him, "Why don't we do Formula 99?" He said, "What is Formula 99?" He said, "Okay, I'll tell you about it. We're gonna take a bag of coins, and they're gonna be 99 inside. And we're gonna leave a note on the top that said 100. And we're gonna leave it by his front door on the step. At night, the servant was going home. He found that bag. He carried it inside, opened it. He saw that the tag 100. Then he started counting them. He reached 99. He said, "It's missing one coin." Counted again, 99. Counted again, 99. Kept looking. He spent the whole night looking for that coin. In the morning, the dawn prayer, he prayed, but his mind thinking about that coin. There is no focus. In the morning, he went back to the palace of the king, back to work with a face, didn't get sleep, and miserable, sad, because one coin is missing. So, of course, the right hand told him that's a Formula 99. So for me, let's enjoy what we have. You have good health, enjoy it. You may need a motorcycle, then you wish for this and you compare for this. You may see somebody that just dying to have a bicycle. Okay, I can afford bicycle, but I want a motorcycle. And then life is not about material things. So that's what took us to a different level. It put us in a way where you know you value, or people will know you or will respect you based on what you're wearing or what you're driving. You know, you don't need that to pass it to your kids. Just be natural, and the beauty is in nature, is a natural thing.
You said, so you talked about like fulfillment. You also brought up value. How much does values play in terms of a person's happiness, fulfillment, gratitude, etc., that they experience in life?
I think values are the keys. And when you look at it, now we're going into a circle because Islam is about values. And I think, me personally, I think lying is the key for a great relationship.
Lying?
Yeah. Let me put it in a different way. Yeah.
Because I would say a lot of people would think honesty is
No,
a good value.
lying is the key. Let me put it in this way. Me and you were married.
Okay.
Say inshallah.
Okay, inshallah.
Okay, let's stop this.
Okay.
I'm just gonna explain it to you. Me and you were married. I don't lie. You know me, I don't lie. What I mean by I don't lie. I go spend the night with him in his place. He has a party. There are girls around. I spent the night with the girl there. Next morning I come home. You're gonna ask me, where did you spend the night? In my friend's house. Who was there? Blah, 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 blah. What happened? I don't lie. What do I have to say?
The truth.
Thank you. Because I don't lie, I will not do a lot of things because I know I cannot say it, what happened. I cannot do it. So the lie will be, what do you call it? It will be something that will protect me, that I will not do a lot of things.
So
A lie will make you avoid a lot of things.
okay.
Because we have lie, you gotta sneak around it. That makes sense?
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I think what you're saying is, I don't hear what you're saying.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so like because you would have to tell the truth, you're
Exactly.
going to have more integrity
Yes.
and do what's right when nobody's looking.
Yeah.
So that way honesty can remain the best policy and
Yeah.
you don't have to.
So that's why I said lying is the key of success sometimes with a couple at work, a lot of things. If you remove the lying action or the fact that people lie, because lie can cover it, if you remove it and you keep going, then you're gonna start watching yourself instead of going in, who cares, or I can get away with it, or so
Right.
you're gonna start watching yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying it in a really backwards way, but yeah, I can understand. Okay. Pretend like you're a young person watching of whatever background. Is there anything, or somebody who's at the start of their journey, Project Ultimate Life is aiming to inspire and empower people to live happy, healthy, sustainable lives. We also want to share people's stories and learn from one another to be able to create a more globally conscious, empathetic, charismatic, compassionate type of a world, right? Somebody who's watching, is there anything that you would like to share with them to maybe help them on their journey, ignite them, or support them along the way?
I will tell them to live their moment, live their life with a focus. When you're in your 20s, live your 20s. When you're in your 30s, live your 30s. It's not like you're in your 20s and you're thinking about what's going to happen in 30s and you're confusing the age and what are you going to be doing. So live the moment and focus on certain targets that you have to deal with. That's going to carry you to the next level in life. Yeah.
All right. And before you go, I wanted to give you something. For all the times that you gave me the chocolate bar, 35% cacao. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoy the chocolate.
I will.
Have that.